What should I do with my cash to offset inflation? I forgot. Mark, did Mark send me this question? I can't remember. Someone just sent me this question. It's actually a good question, and I think it's going to get a lot of people. Well, let's put it this way. The guy, I don't think it was Mark. I can't remember. Anyway, whoever sent me this question, he said he's been reading a lot of articles that cash is losing to inflation, so I should do something so I don't get burned by inflation. And he goes, but at least I'm not getting, losing 10%, over the last month. And what I say to always and every time, cash is for short-term needs. There's just no other way around that. Forget inflation. Forget interest. Cash is for short-term needs. And when I say short-term, I mean the next, basically 1 to 3, even to 5 years. Who cares? Inflation over 1 to 3 years is just not a big deal, man, relative to the short-term volatility of the stock market. I can't stress this enough, man. If you have expenditures in the short term, cash covers that. You're not going to lose any money, but I'm losing to inflation. Okay, then invest it all in freaking Qs. The Qs, all right. You'll beat inflation with the Qs. Well, will you? Part 2 of that is you certainly haven't beaten inflation with the Qs this quarter, have you? You're down 22% in Nasdaq. So anyway, with cash, you just got to. And actually, Linda emailed me from Maine. Linda said, "Hey, I got some. Should I put my HSA to cash?" And I said, again, it's short term. If you're going to use your HSA, absolutely put it in cash, 100%. If you're not going to use it anytime soon, and for a lot of people, I recommend they don't. I say that should be your long-term care expenditure tool if you ever need it. But it really is situation dictates, especially if you're under the age of 65 and you're not on Medicare yet and you're trying to qualify with those Obamacare premium credits. HSA is tax-free as long as it's used for qualified expenses. So HSA looks pretty favorable to me because you have access to it tax-free and it doesn't affect your Obamacare surplus or premium credits, if that makes sense. It's a tough one there, man. But again, short-term stuff should be covered by short-term assets, which are cash. Long-term stuff should be in stocks. And I get it, man. We don't know where the market is going to go 100%. I would think over the course of 5, 10, 20 years, the stock market with dividends alone should be cash. If I'm wrong, well, what are you going to do, man? However, at the end of the day, short-term inflation does not affect cash hardly at all. Short-term inflation, just don't worry about that. Oh, but I'm losing the cash. All right, what's the alternative, dude? Not my man Mark who emailed me. What's the alternative? Bitcoin? For heaven's sake. Wake up, people. Again, I'm not chastising my man Mark, whoever emailed me this. I'm just saying, wake up, man. Short-term expenditures, short-term investments. Long-term expenditures, long-term investments. Hope that helps. Love to hear your thoughts.